Thanks for staying with us. Now, over 100 suspected criminals have been arrested at Buduburam, just across the Greater Accra regional border, in a joint police and military swoop conducted this morning. Our police sources say the area, which was a refugee camp for displaced Liberians, has now become a haven for criminals. 2 police officers were killed there 2 weeks ago. The suspects have been moved to Accra for further screening. Some residents of Goma Buduburam have commended the security personnel for the exercise.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes, because it will give a better insight of what is happening here, the various perception of people about the camp. We can assure you that Liberians are not engaged into major crimes that were panicking and destructive and evil. There might be some minor domestic problems or whatsoever, but crime, armed robbery, killing, and all of those things is far from us. Look, we came to seek refuge here, and I think Ghanaians are very good to us. Secondly, we are interrelated, and so we will always like to maintain our respect and love, for this nation, and to be law-abiding. And our relationship is far beyond what people look at. So we won't want to be people who will create any problem wherever we are, no.
Those that came here just recently, because after demolishing Ofatama, Nema, some areas that this guy came on the camp here, this causing problem for us here. For everything, most of them, they're not living on the camp. They live outside the camp, they come to transfer the businesses on the camp. Every time they misbehave, it will reflect on we, the Liberian. Because as far as Ghanaian concerned, their camp is Liberian camp. For every crime that reported from this camp, the people will feel that they are Liberian are committing a crime. Okay. Which of course we are very distant from this kind of crime.
When they come to the horse, because one horse beside all the king, they bust the door. So we're afraid. So I had to call my mom, somebody call her. So luckily for her, we kill us out. They put them, started pushing her, they thought we can us out. We kill us out now. They asking the ball, what thing happening? They just start slapping the ball. Before we go low, they tell the ball they must follow him. They must follow them. We went the gaffy there. We started talking to the police. I said, take off gun for us. He said, we'll move from there. We'll not move from there. He will shoot off. So I will kill you.
About 520 Liberians who are in consent to UNHCR to us our activities here. So they are with us here. They are the people who are consent, permit with UNHCR document, ID card, and letter of attestation to be here. That Liberian 520. Okay, we have people too who also refer to us here. There are 160 individuals also are living with us here. We have Togolese who have been referred to us here. There are about 86 of them. We have Sierra Leoneans, about 450 who also refer to us here. All of them have documents with us here, and we know them day to day. We have day-to-day activities with them. All their problems, they reported to us here.
We'll bring you back to that story shortly, but in the meantime, the governing NPP during its 2016 election campaign promised to provide $1 million to each of Ghana's 275 constituencies to help speed up their development. In the Odododio constituency, however, residents say that money has taken too long to reach them, especially when it is desperately needed to fix dilapidated school structures there. Jojo Kobna has details in this week's edition of our citizen-driven series, Diana Nado.
Ona ke beginning ke wo ba wo fo ona ke jo efiji ami onushin no ke moko ba bo modin e beginning foundation fio ni mini obana ke ba nya tuni sije ni o wa do platform mi ma fe nege ni anako aka gba one foundation po.
Jamestown, the Odododio constituency in Accra. The tide here rises, just like the expectations of the people. On the minds of the people is this promise from the president.
Every constituency from next year onwards is going to get the equivalent of $1 million for the
laka mo na me laka wo amanu wo na laka mo na me laka wo bia ne ake one consequence $1 million ni $1 million engo.
Through the Coastal Development Authority, the constituency is supposed to benefit from developmental projects worth $1 million yearly. This is the third year since the NPP came to power, and residents are yearning for $1 million one constituency project.
One constituency $1 million wana ko kadiko ne wo bia na ododo odo ne loko meni yo mi kede eji ake keji oba do ke no oba afi no fi anya ni mini amale yo se alo anya ake loko ni sa yo se chikoko ba afi no ba fi ali ake o bo ba fi o keji awie abana loko papa ni mini awie yo yi ba wie ne ke ni amefe because no kotumo alaka shika eyenye shi innako no ba na do pa yorasi innako agashi leleun akebalo akebaku obanyo kema gashi o ima ene to ma school tu abake o ama school tu 200 shi chebele ise 200 febona bon mane ene ending 0 mo fe amon baba e ba ke wa gashi o e ba fe ne ke ending 0 eba fe ne ending 0 eba fe ne ending 0 koklo she eba ye 4 years ekan leke bi ame benefit ame nothing she mi money vote na se aba se ko baba le sian ke ba tenopo le che aba le sian aba le na aba le ni ale gbe mi money vote wa le ataje me le gbe mi no ko poni ke le gbe.
Nyaku Mashal did school for fishing during his childhood. He said if he could go back into time, he would rather choose school. Observing children fishing and shunning school saddens him. Mashal identifies education as the biggest priority for his constituency. He wants government to fix poor school infrastructure.
Sky na lutumo tu odogba ake epe she na ibanye question go Mr. Ram na ke skane na ba ke ba ne akewo school mi odogba ni odododo bie na me na se.
Many public schools in the constituency are not in good shape. A typical example is the Ahalolo cluster of schools. Accra Sempe School was established in 1826, one of 4 schools built by the colonial British government. Over the years, the school has not received a befitting infrastructure, but in 2015, construction of a new school complex started but stalled in January 2017. The School Management Committee Chairman, George Ayi, is worried about the stalling of the project and wants government to invest part of the $1 million to finish the school.
And we are grappling with basic. We are grappling with it. I mean, what do you expect of people of this community? And we were the leaders. At independence, we were the leaders. Is it deliberate or accidental?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, development of human capital is key. We can't talk about development without looking at the human beings. And so we can start off by looking at the human capital development, and that is education.
Children are also unhappy and want government to intervene.
Nana, come please, we need your help. We are suffering in this school. Like the way learning is not comfortable, so please, we need your help. Yeah, we are suffering in this school. Sometimes learning is not comfortable because the way the rains fall and it leaks into our classroom, and when the wind blows too, it enters into our classroom, and when the sun also shines, it makes us feel, so sometimes we have to stand up from where we are sitting and come to another place to sit there.
Residents of Odorodiodio want government to engage them on how the Coastal Development Authority plans to use the $1 million.
They have what we are doing, especially school. They have what we are doing.
Wo yellow, nanado, me qualify, ye nyungo bami, ye just bami. I can bo modern, I can only you, nyungo all any legume, ne fee, now. Report out.
Our checks show that government has started 2 borehole facilities in Odorodiodio under the 1 million one constituency project. One at the Bukom Park and the other at the Jamestown Abattoir. Residents of Bukom say 5 months after the drilling of the hole, the project was abandoned, and so sand filled up the hole.
Na saba meni chaniba ke ni na bacha pe kwa shake ameba yenu keba kona kwa ke amechunu chumulo na ba pe oda de na meba amenyeto na meke pamfito na meke wonimi not no yeni na fie e na abu ameshika mashi lole ko ba chono na abu efite sha me force na mena na ke to obulem na ye nu ba to ke be nu chumo ameba chu after then na me ba don ni e bia na efite e na abu ana.
The Jamestown Abattoir borehole has not been completed. The only sign of work is a PVC pipe sticking out from the belly of the earth and surrounded by vehicle tires. A toilet facility at the Ayalolo cluster of schools has also started and currently at the lintel level. Authorities say they have challenges acquiring land to implement projects.
About 2017. 2018, 2019, we were able to leave.
Reacting to the concerns of the residents, Public Relations Officer of the Ministry for Special Development Initiatives, Kabori Arudumoro, has been outlining reasons why the ministry is experiencing delays on the promise by the Akufo-Addo-led administration. He spoke on the AM show with Roland Walker.
In 2017, the government of Ghana, through the Ministry of Finance, made available the 1 million per constituency for every constituency. But unfortunately, the ministry couldn't utilize that fund because, one, the ministry was new. We were putting in place structures to be able to run the ministry. The bill establishing the development authorities were also being developed. So at the end of the year, we couldn't have utilized because we didn't have the structures in the first place. So the money had to go back to government chest. You and I know very well that the 1 million per constituency is not a statutory fund. So when the year elapsed, they had to go back to government chest. And I would want to narrow our discussion to the radio deal because I think that is the issue under discussion. And as we all saw in the documentary, contractors were on site to start with the water systems. They drilled the boreholes. After they have drilled, I mean, there's another component where they have to test the water because this is for human consumption. So the water must be of high quality. After they have tested with the water, they realized that there's too much salt in it. So we had to abandon, as I speak to you now. there's no way that we can continue with that particular project under the Water for All program for Odododio constituency. So ordinarily, they should be benefiting from 3 water systems, but due to this particular challenge, they cannot. Now to the toilet for all, and I think we also saw in the video, the Ayalolo cluster of schools. We saw an institutional toilet facility that has started, okay? Ordinarily, they should benefit from 3 institutional toilet facilities. 1 has started, the remaining 2, there is an issue about the accessibility of land for some of these capital projects. Currently, because with the project, we are into capital, infrastructure. That money is to finance basic infrastructure, something that you and I can see. You would need land to site some of these projects. And as a ministry, we depend on the beneficiary communities to make available a piece of land so that we can site those projects there. Unfortunately for the Odododio constituency, just like some constituencies in the Greater Accra region, we have issues with land. Nobody is willing, even though they need the project, but they are not willing to release a piece of land for government.
Now, watch out for the next installment of Dienanado next week. Now, let's go back to Budumburam. Maxwell Agbagba has joined us from Goma Budumburam. Remember, there was a joint military and police swoop there, and some over 100 persons were arrested. Maxwell, describe for us the situation there.
Well, when you come here, a lot of the community people are gathered, and you see scores of them gathered, basically discussing the swoop that was conducted this dawn. We're told by police and military sources that the first swoop actually happened sometime around 3 p.m. yesterday in the evening. Later, this dawn, today around 3 a.m., some of the residents say they saw the military and the police officers, moving into the community. Some of them that I've been speaking to say they were here. The police officers and the militiamen were here till about 9 o'clock a.m. They say usually what they do is when they get to your door, they will knock on the doors. When they open, the rooms are searched, and their rooms are searched for illegal items. We understand that if you have, for instance, a gun or maybe a knife in your room, they will take you away as a suspect. Because of the manner in which the swoop was actually conducted, we cannot tell the number of people who were transported to Accra. In fact, what happens is that usually when the suspects are arrested, they are put in the bed of the pickup. In the bed, when they are put there, then they are transported. They are transported back to Accra. So basically, that's what has happened. A lot of the people here are going about their normal duties, but usually you find them, discussing all that has happened.
So, Maxwell, have the police given any indication what happens after this? I know the suspects are in Accra, but what have they been telling you?
Yeah, we are told by police sources that all the people who have been picked up will be screened and their background, properly, checked. For those who are found to have engaged in, nefarious activities, they will be prosecuted, they will be arraigned, and then prosecuted. For those who are found to be innocent after the screening exercise, they will let go of them. We've been speaking to we've been speaking to the president of the Liberian community here in at Budumburam, and he has been telling us that he's quite excited about the exercise because for some time now they've recorded quite a number of criminal, activities. One of them being the killing of the 2 police officers at Budumburam. He says that the Liberians who are living in the community at Budumburam cannot be blamed for all these nefarious activities. Wow. He says all of these crimes are actually caused by actually caused by people of different nationalities, and some of them are actually Ghanaians. So he's excited that a swoop has been conducted and these bad elements have been removed from the camp.
Thank you very much, Maxwell. Now, as you may be aware, day 2 of the Joy Clean Ghana campaign was obstructed after the Jamestown Assemblyman assaulted MyJoyOnline.com photojournalist David Andor. This incident, to a large extent, has taken attention away from what the AMA officials and the Joy News discovered when they visited the town. Nancy Emefa Jodosi, who was with the team, brings us a wrap of sanitation offences the team discovered.
Said food vendors who were selling under unhygienic conditions.
Medical health certificate. Yes, we're AMA. And son of the first thing, so we said, we see her and son of Betadeno. What are some nasi? Into a pouch tomb, let's see her. We are never room, Sapphire, no started so to add why. It was
my mom for this. You're supposed to have protective clothes, hair gear. Then you cover your head so that the hair will not fall on the food, and then protect apron in addition. Without that, you cannot sell food for public consumption. Let me see your fingernails. You spoke about it. Okay, you are not supposed to paint cuties or whatever. And henceforth, we don't want to come and see you without hairnet and apron.
In another home, there was only one toilet serving over 25 residents.
Na sisi ya short toilet na ewo ho no toilet no kra ho space ni ma eswa kitwa na mu ye nipa boye 20 something na osi mu use toilet e kire se ebi amukọ toilet ni wo bathroom na mu chichirikire to baby meboa eba esa ayesa
mpese mi nko toilet mbe ko outside ho say toilet wo but me chichi toilet wo fi
bathroom mu ye chema ports na I wo ho no nyina no den na mu de ye
the omu wo hani oh so night no mu jones wa so obekwo na wa to na wa ochin
so we serve them the letter.
I'll give it to Evira.
Now let's bring you an update on the wanted Jamestown Assemblyman. The man you see on your screen is Joseph Addo, also known as Zola. He's the one in the orange, pointing his finger at the camera. Orange and black shirts with an opened mouth, pointing his finger at the camera. Now, the police has secured a warrant for his arrest, after he assaulted Joy News photojournalist David Andor and incited residents against the Joy Clean Ghana campaign team. The warrant was secured after several attempts to get him to turn himself in for investigations proved futile. Jamestown Police Commander Superintendent Samuel Odame has been speaking with us.
We chose to invite him to come and assist the investigation. Unfortunately, he decided not to honor the invitation. And as I explained yesterday, once we invite you to assist the investigation to find out exactly what happened and we decide not to honor the invitation, then you have no option than to then believe the allegation being leveled against you and then proceed to have a criminal summons set on you. And that is exactly what we have done. We have secured criminal summons from the Ajabin District Court, and same has been served through the Assembly. Don't forget, he is an officer of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly by virtue of being an assemblyman, and therefore we've served the summons through the Assembly. Once we've done that, it's been served, and we expect him to make an appearance.
Meanwhile, Accra Mayor Nia J. Soa says the team remains unfazed by the opposition experienced yesterday. He assures the Assembly will keep the focus and momentum of the exercise till it achieves the expected results. He spoke on the AM show this morning.
Low-income and informal communities, some of these things may happen. And that is why the Public Health Department will continue to visit those areas and make sure that people do the right thing. Because compare, a community like Jamestown to another area like Jowulu, they are two different communities. So the congestion alone could be part of the problem. So I think that we'll continue with the exercise.
Well, what's been the
because, you know, once people know that the team is in the area, they try to do the right thing.
Yes.
Can we always watch over people?
Well, I think that we've been, it's an attitude that had been part of our culture over a long period of time. And the president's statement is a wake-up call to all and sundry. And that's why we are excited that the media is also partnering us in doing these things. We have to continue with some of these things to a certain level that it will be in our subconsciousness that this is what we are supposed to do. Whatever happened yesterday cannot in any way demoralize the team. And I want us to end on a very positive note. I came to the scene myself, and I thought that even calling off the program abruptly came to my surprise, because whatever the case may be, it has not escalated to a point where you could call off.
Oh, so you thought that they could continue irrespective of the...
That's why I came there. Before I came to even meet them. We all come from the community. I also come from the community. I've lived in the community before. I spent my time in the community. So these are people that we know all over. So I don't think there's any cause for alarm.
Okay. Now, multiple sale and duplicated ownership of land is at the heart of land litigation and associated land guard, canker, and other crimes. The effect on individuals and the economy as a whole can be costly and in some cases fatal. Thankfully, computer engineering students from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have found ways to reverse this trend. They are leveraging on existing technology known as blockchain to inject sanity in land ownership. On Tech Thursday, Love FM's Kwesi Deborah speaks with the students who seek to heal one of Ghana's biggest social headaches.
A paper presented at the 4th UMAT Biennial International Mining and Mineral Conference revealed land cases comprise about 59% of total legal tussles in Ghana. Though the average land cases per year is 25%, the rate of settlement is as low as 10%.
Though Ghana has a huge land size, it becomes difficult when people try to acquire parcels of land, simply because there is general indiscipline in the land market. And then a typical problem is dual ownership, where we have two people having legal documents to the same piece of land.
Final year students Victoria Aki Delali and Kwabena Ponsah decided to experiment with blockchain technology. It is an encryption technology used in Bitcoin transaction.
So a blockchain is a growing list of records called blocks, which are linked using cryptography. So we have so many blocks linked together, and then a block contains the information block, and it goes on and on and on, forming a long chain of blocks linked together. By design, a blockchain is resistant to the modification of data. Once the data has been recorded and appended to the chain, it becomes very difficult to alter that data without subsequently altering all the previous blocks.
The students sought to understand existing blockchain and non-blockchain models. It involves selection and justification of a blockchain framework and using a selected framework to create a theoretical model.
We studied into that blockchain technology, and then we've come up with a proposed model.
The students have high hopes for the future.
This particular model would be implemented in programming or in software terms like computer applications, mobile phone applications, desktop applications, and then it would successfully be used in managing lands, which would settle the disputes or the conflicts and problems like multiple ownership of lands that we discovered in our research.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Innovation indeed. Coming up in business, National Insurance Commission reveals about 1.2 million vehicles in the country are uninsured, putting drivers and passengers at greater risk. Daryl Carl has more.